Hello, everybody, and welcome back to episode 11. It's actually been a couple of days since I've been in this world. I haven't let it run or anything, but I wanted to try to let my YouTube episodes catch up to where I am actually right now. So, as of this episode, we are caught up. There's no more episodes in the bank. This is being filmed for tomorrow's episode. And I just want to say the reception of the series is fantastic. I'm really, it makes me happy seeing so many people bring it up and talk about it and say that they're enjoying the series. And I hope to keep providing you guys with many more episodes of this series. Honestly, it's making me more want to do a regular world with a mod pack. What that mod pack would be, I don't know, but the OceanBlock is really cool and interesting, but I don't get to do a whole lot of building or cool structures or really anything. Doing this little bit was about as advanced as I've gotten so far, as you guys can tell. But I guess you guys haven't seen this yet either. This is going to be the underground area, or at least the start of it. There is a couple of sides here where there's water on the other side of the blocks, because the island is only so big. So I do want to go into the sides a little bit more, but this is what we got so far. And we just use an elevator block from the elevator mod, which I think it just reminded me now. I need to make my GUI scale at least one more thing down, because I was having trouble seeing my stuff here on the side. And I think you guys will understand. I don't think that I need to keep this huge for you guys to really make out what's happening here. There's another iron wand, which, by the way, the one episode I saw in the edit, I was trying to find where my iron wand was, where I was I know I had one. It was almost broken. I don't know what I did with it or whatever. And it was in my trash can the whole time. So anyways, I'm going to be moving all of my stuff down here. That way our stuff up top is more so our plants that we're going to be working on and our other machines. So this is going to be basically our little lab area. And I'm going to move those drawers that I have probably into one of these walls. I don't really know why I put blocks on all of these, but I'm going to take out a whole wall here, and it's just going to be a wall of drawers. And that might extend farther. I don't really know, because I feel like we're going to use a lot more drawers than this wall will have spaces. But we'll see. I moved my bed down here as well. And what we're going to do is, or rather, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I made myself a hammer. A hammer which, for people that don't know, where is it? A hammer is 2 large plates, a tough handle over here on the right, and then a hammer head. And you can make yourself a hammer. And depending on what the head is made out of is what you use to repair it with. And I needed, I put steel on here because I thought, if I put steel, then I could just use steel to repair it, because it's much cheaper than producium. But I had a little bit of a weird realization where you can actually use, I made 1 ingot to test it with. You can use either material to repair it with, but the one that's more predominant. So if we put this in here, you'll see over here in the durability, it goes from 690 to 819. Where if we put in the producium, it goes to 920 for 1 var. So you do get more with this because that's the predominant material in there. So I'm just going to put in 19 bars of steel in here to repair this, because I just made a bunch more. I'd rather use steel than this stuff for now, until we can get a crazy setup for our Inferium, which we have 1,000 in our system, which needs to go into here and take that to 52 or 5,300. And you'll notice too that these actually have numbers on them. I'm trying to remember all the things that I did between the last episode and now, because it's been about a week. I used the different key in the drawer mod. Can't speak right now, because there's the regular one that locks it, and then the quantify key, and then the concealment key. I made a quantify key and put it on here because I like being able to see the numbers without going up to them. So you can see we're doing pretty good on nether quartz right now. I also made a setup here to make sand because I needed glass, and I'm running low on sand. I'll just run it through some hammers and made sand. What else? I don't know if this was done beforehand, but I put a compacting drawer above my stone production here in the igneous extruder. So we actually have, I think it was like 18,000. Yeah, I guess I could just do that. We have 18,000 cobblestone, which translates to 2,000 1x compressed cobblestone and 230 2x. So we can get double compressed pretty easily now just by clicking that. What else? What else did we do? I don't know if I did these in the last episode or not. I put compacting drawers on some of the higher material stuff that we have. So redstone, because you never know when you need redstone, or the block, so you can just click whatever you need. And same thing with iron. That way I could just pull out clusters immediately. We'll do that for all the other metals as well after we move everything. Because in here, it sees both how much iron and the chunks. But if we pull out of the chunks, you can see, or the clusters, you see the chunks going down because it's pulling from the same pool. And we could just take those and then just put it into our chest here and just run it through the system, which I did for a couple of things. So we have some more metals lying around, including more steel that I just did. Yep. Just make sure these are all cleared out. What else? Ooh, the experience. I don't know if I showed you guys. I took all the experience and threw it into this item here. It's called an XP Solidifier, I guess, which turns it into these like little gummies that I think you can just eat, and yeah, you consume them to get 50 each. My current stack is worth 100. And then they also make these solid XP things here, which I had no idea that they made sound. That's crazy. Okay, but yeah, I just pumped it in here and it works automatically. It didn't take very much time, but we have all of our XP now solidified, which is nice because we can just grab it when we need it and we don't need to worry about losing it. So that'll go down there as well. But I wanted to start this to kind of show you guys where things are, because I didn't want to start putting everything down there and then just come back and everything's done. Because I don't know. I just feel like I don't want to cut out a whole lot out of this series. I kind of just want to bring you guys along as I'm working on things, and I don't want to leave it out. I also want to find a better lighting situation because the torches, they're whatever. But I mean, do we have feral lamps by chance? We do. Okay, there we go. Oh, it's the cheap. Yes. Okay, so it's the cheap recipe. Fantastic. Although how are we doing on glowstone dust? We have 134. Okay. So we can make a couple of these, no problem. But these guys are great. So what this lamp does is one lamp, which is another quest, which, by the way, I really need to pay attention to the quests. I also wish that it stayed open all the time. I don't like that it hides. Need to accept our couple of stuff. So yeah, compacting drawers. I guess I didn't. We got a production furnace. Nice. It's only the 2nd level, but still free is free. Where we at? Feral lantern. Another pity black hole unit. Great. But the exploration tab here is the one that told me about the nether painting. We have the end painting over here. Like, we're gonna need to go to the end, I think, sooner than later. Oh, we should upgrade our recycler. I didn't know there was an advanced one. And the sea moth seems like a lot of fun. It's basically a submarine, you know? And I'm pretty sure we can afford that now. But I kind of want to move all of our stuff into a more permanent spot. Because right now we're kind of fighting with space and like cables and all of this stuff. I mean, you've seen the progression of this. This is how it ends up. Where it's like you don't really want to move everything. So you just end up dealing with the mess. Although I am really happy with how... I mean, it could be a little bit more compact, but it's not terrible, you know. I've seen a lot worse. I also want to upgrade our mechanism stuff to the factory editions, just like we did our smelting one here. Same thing with the metallurgic infusers. But we need to get better power. And I think we're going to do... Powa's... what are they called? I'll just look for the item. Not the ender cells, not that. Thermal generators. This one, the reactors. That's what it's called. And I think that we'll be able to get away with doing the basic one for now, because it generates 400 a tick. But from what my testing did, I was seeing closer to like 1,000 if it's cool, if it's cooled at least. So I think we can go get away with one of these for now before we have to like do something different, like making these hardened capacitors, which is going to require energized steel, which is iron and gold, but we need to create our own energizing station, which again requires power. We're going to need all that stuff, and I think we'll get away with that. But anyways, this little guy right here, I'll show you what it does. We can get rid of a lot of these torches around here now that it's nighttime. And then this one little lantern here, if we place it down like right there, it's going to create invisible light sources in a pretty large radius. I don't know what it is specifically, but it's going to look for any area that is basically this. You can see it's already done one right here. And it's going to place down light sources there to brighten them up. And you saw one over there. Of course, the instant we do this, we get a bat. And there's another one over in the corner. So it's just going to continue to like look around wherever it's placed and put a light source there. There's another one right there. And you can see there's already a couple up top. That's why I placed it a little bit higher so it'd find here on the ground places to put lights. So like maybe 5 of those would be like plenty to light up the entire island. But for places like this where we're trying to keep this inside dark on purpose, it'll ruin things like this. So you don't want to put those lanterns anywhere close to these areas for your dark rooms. But as of right now, ours is shut off anyways, and we're gonna have to make a better version of that. So I'm not too worried. Oh my gosh, these guys have a lot of health. So I'm going to start breaking this stuff down and moving it, and I will be back. So I've been putting things together down here. In fact, I decided to actually extend this section here because this is where it cut off. I extended it a couple more blocks just so we could fit a couple more chests or drawers on the side here. I think this should be pretty good for most of my items. And in fact, a lot of these, like this one, what is this? Cobalt. Obviously, we're not going to need a drawer for cobalt chunks, so down the road, we could always use that space for another thing. And then when I was moving my botany pots, I was going to put them in the background, but I kind of want to keep an eye on them and swap them out when I need to. So I made a couple more Supremium farmland to fill out the rest of this. I threw in a, what is this, Invar right here. So we're collecting Invar. I don't think we're going to need a whole lot of it, So I figured I'd just let it run for a while and get a couple of handfuls of Invar, just since we have the seeds. And then we have our netherite or nether quartz going as well. And as they get harvested, they get thrown into here. I don't know if we can catch any of them actually going into these. No? Okay. Well, apparently not. And then I have 3 of the inferium crop here. I'm going to put another one here. In fact, I think that's actually going to be sugarcane, because we need sugarcane. So I'm going to make another drawer for that and show you guys how this all works. So basically, all of these are connected to this drawer controller here. And around the corners here, I actually just have an empty drawer right here to connect the 2 corners. That way it's still one system. But I can see all of the drawers that I'm using. And you can see I've made a lot more compacting drawer because there's a lot of these metals and gems and stuff that all need to be compacted. Inferium, I was actually kind of hoping that it would convert it to the next tier, so I could just pull it that way, but it seems like that's not how it works. But I think that there might be an upgrade for the drawer, the conversion upgrade, auto converts compatible items. I don't really know how that one works, but maybe it'll convert. But it wouldn't work because I need that little gem from Mystical Agriculture, the infusion crystal here, to convert them. So anyways, I have those. I have my dye seeds, my nature crop, and then the nether quartz, and then I got a couple of empty ones for any new ones that we put in. And these all work off of the chests here because I tried putting the pipes, the little these guys right here, directly underneath the pots, the botany pots, and it doesn't work. It has to go into a chest or an inventory of some sort. And since there's multiple, they go down the line and come into this iron chest and get immediately pulled into the refined storage system. At least it should be. I mean, it's weird that I'm not seeing it at all. Yeah, so that they all go in there, and then once I re-enable that, that'll go into the proper place. And we combined our inferium drawers, so I added that 1,000 from the other one over here, so we have 5,000 now, and that's all working nice. And behind this wall, I figured I'd do all of my automated stuff, the ugly things that we don't want to really look at. So right now, that's our sluicing, because I figured it's probably good just to keep that going. I don't really have... Why is my voice cracking so much? Take a drink of my water here. I don't have an elegant way of making or changing the sluice output to the different materials yet, like I did up top where I had a row of these auto hammers. So I'm thinking that maybe down the road I extend it out this way more, but right now all we really need is gravel. Although I don't believe that gravel gives us diamond. We look up the uses with gravel, go to sluicing and find the diamond mesh. We do get diamond. Okay, that's great. We don't get redstone. That was the thing that we don't get with this one. But we do get lapis and all the other junk. And coal, which is nice. So we got a bunch of coal over here, and now we can pull out coal blocks as well, which is nice. But we need redstone, so I'm thinking maybe doing a redstone plant instead. That way we don't have to swap materials. We could just keep the one. Sorry, I had to take a break there to try to clear my throat. I just had dinner, and maybe that's why. Anyways, I'm not super stoked that we only have 24 blaze powder. So we do need to go to the nether at some point, because for us to make the blaze powder seeds or blaze rod seeds, to get blaze essence or because we want blaze seeds, because that'll give us blaze essence, which we can make into rods. For us to make these, though, we need blaze and soul jars. We need 4 jars, and I don't really know how much we get per blaze, so I don't know if this is 10 blazes per jar, or if we get like 2 or 3, or if every time we hit them, like maybe we can get like a jar out of each blaze. I don't know what it is. We need to do that. We also need a better way of getting prosperity seeds as well. Let's see. We can sluice those out of sand. I think that's how I was getting them before. Ooh, and it seems like that might be our only way of getting it. Outside of just natural ores, which we can get out of that laser, the lenses that we were getting. We could build a, it's like a mining laser that just shoots into the void. And changing the color of the laser changes the items they get out of there. And I believe that's a way of getting ores. But anyways, back over here, I have a seed reprocessor right here. And basically what this means is that you could take any of the seeds from Mystical Agriculture, throw it in here, and it gives you whatever the output is. So like if we use on this and take it to seed reprocessing, if we add extra blaze seeds, that would give us 2 blaze essence each. And I know for a fact that my system is going to be filled with these seeds, and I don't want to put them in drawers. So we're going to set up a way for that to auto process them later on. I just wanted to get one and make sure that it worked the way I thought it did. Let's see. Outside of that, we've moved our electric pump down here. It has a solar panel right here. This line goes all the way up to the surface. And so our cobble is still being generated. This isn't part of the system yet. So I don't know how I'm going to get the line. I guess I could just draw off of this one, go over the ceiling and go into it. Or what I'm going to do. I also changed this from a hopper to an absorption hopper. Because I don't want to pick up these items anymore. I want it to be picked up faster. And I want it to go immediately into the system. I don't want to have like any sort of lag there to where if I wanted to tick accelerate this, I could. Right now, it's really slow, apparently. So I might actually change that. I might put a space here so I can put an item pipe between it and speed that up. But it's pumping water exactly the same. I have a liquid pipe going around the back over here to the electrolytic separator. So we're still making oxygen with its gas burner right next to it, so it powers itself. And our auto crafting lava system is right here into this tank, which gets pulled out from the top and thrown into all of our magmators up top, which have a power line going down, powering only our system right now. Because I need to take all this stuff and put it in that back area as well. But I'm thinking, because I do like having access to these machines, that we'll take this row of them and we'll just put them like down here and have the auto processing stuff still like connected to it all, because I have a refined storage line running through here all the way under over to this side, so we can use this stuff. But real quick, before I end this episode, even though I feel like I only just did it, I'm having a sugarcane problem there, you can see. But that's because they're all up here. And actually, we can actually break this. I really need to do better tools. I'll make sure to do those ones on camera when I upgrade them. For those who don't know how Tinker's Construct works, you guys can see how that all is. We need just one of them. And we're gonna grab our snad, which is 2 pieces of sand that makes snad. And snad grows anything that can grow on sand. It'll grow like 2 or 3 times as fast. So you can see how fast that's growing. With regular sand, it would probably be like 2 or 3 times slower. So cactus is also good. Don't think that we have any cactus. I feel like I'm saying a lot too. I thought I broke that habit. But anyways, that's what we got going on right now. I'm gonna move those systems down here and probably upgrade them to the factory versions of them, which is super simple. It's I mean, with these tiered things, if we hit use on it, all it is just takes the original item with a couple of whatever the next tier of controller circuits are, and then it makes it into a basic one. And then when you use on that one, you use the next tier, which is our advanced control circuits, and that takes it to this one, so far and so forth, all the way to the end. And each one of these is just a basic riff off of the last one. So you take these control circuits, and advanced control circuits is a basic one surrounded by 2 infused alloys, which is just iron and redstone in a infuser, which you can see all here. These can also be turned into infusing factories, which it would probably be nice to have at least a couple, just turn ours into the basic ones just so we could do 3 at a time. I don't see us needing any more than that, especially if we just upgrade the speed of them, because that'll keep power down and all that. And all we need is a coal one and a redstone one, and then later on an obsidian and diamond one. I think those are the 4 that we need. And yeah, that's it. So I'm going to clean up the rest of this, and I don't think I'm going to tear that down just yet. But we do need to go through here because these are all things that I want to put into drawers. All this meat. And because I've been watching Dyer's setup, we need to get into culinary construct, which is really simple. And you know what? We got like a minute. We can make this really quick. Because this is really cool. So I'm just going to toss this guy right here. So this thing just combines a bunch of meat, I believe. Culinary. I think maybe it requires a sword. I don't know if we... No sword. Maybe a bread. Wheat. Oh, all of our wheat is up top. I probably should have paid a little bit more attention to how we did this, but we're going to figure it out. So bread. Let's look up. No. Raw. We're going to take some of those. We're going to take some fish because this is going to be a delicious sandwich. And some chicken. And our guy is up here, but you don't have any additional. So I'm going to get our furnace. This guy. And coal. Oh. I feel like we have like 800 something coal. Yeah. Interesting. Maybe if we move it closer. Yeah, there's our coal. That's weird. Maybe I just need to refresh it or something. Or I wonder if there's a limit now. There used to not be a limit with drawers. Huh. Okay. And where's our furnace? This guy. So we're just going to cook a ton of this stuff. Oh, I love time in a bottle. It's so good. Honestly, that's probably the best thing that came out of me just hanging out overnight. All right, yeah, so we throw bread in there, and then you just throw in whatever you want. Whatever edible thing you want to put in, you put into here. Will this stay? Yes. What other food do we have? We have tropical fish. It's not very good saturation, but it's something. We have apples. We'll throw some apples in there, maybe. I feel like we grabbed every type of meat that's out of here, right? Like we got pork chop. Oh, mutton. There we go. There's our fourth one. Or fifth one. Alright, we'll just grab some of that and throw that in there. So we got a meat sandwich here, which is steak, cooked cod, cooked mutton, chicken, and pork chop. So we're going to call this the meat... I really want to call it the meat mountain. I'm going to call it the meat mountain because it's an Arby's joke. That's an inside joke. So this is our meat mountain, and we can just make a ton of it. Right there, it looks like just as much as our bread. And I'm going to put that stack in there because... and then, yeah, let's just have a bite. And you can see the massive amount of saturation we got out of it. So, this is a pretty good little setup here to make some insane food and just combine it. It looks like the two things that they have here are all Nether Star ones, which I can only imagine, like, what? Oh, so you can put a bowl too. So we can make a bowl of something instead of a bread and make it a sandwich. But anyways, that's gonna be our food now. We're gonna be chowing down on meat mountains. Which, if you guys don't know what a meat mountain is, it's an Arby's sandwich here in the States, and it's disgusting. But you should absolutely Google it if you don't know what it is. All right, I'm gonna go. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you for the next episode when hopefully all of this is down, and then I don't really know what's next. I think we might need to go to the Nether or start preparing to. Maybe I'll start making some potions. Because I feel like I don't need to tell you guys how to make potions. Yeah, get in there and get some of the Nether stuff. Anyways, bye-bye.